Hello, Tom Joyner Foundation. My name is Janessa Dennis. I am technically a freshman at the illustrious Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, and I'm 25 years old. And I am enrolling in this scholarship opportunity because, well, scholarships are great, and I need a scholarship. So the topic is combating student hunger. This is a very sensitive, kind of like sensitive topic to me because give you a background and I'll tell you why. So I started a business when I was 16 and owned it for about 8 years, and then I did it all without having a degree. I dropped my studio, closed everything up, and I moved to Atlanta to pursue school. And it's been one of my biggest dreams because I am a first generation college student, to pursue school and become a not only a business owner but a business owner with a degree. So that's the reason why I decided to go back to school. So in my pursuit to return, I faced a lot of challenges, there being one, hunger for a student. I was homeless and I didn't have any money, but I was in school, and that was kind of like my only saving grace. And of course, God made a way, but it was a very, very tough time. So I'm going to pinpoint three things that I think HBCUs could do better, because there's not really, you just have a subject, so there's not really anything specific. So I'm just going to pinpoint three things that I think HBCUs could kind of curtail to help combat student hunger. So number one, I would say provide not only free lunches, but have like a free menu. There's been plenty of times, thank God, there's like always that auntie in the calf who lets you in, or don't, she pretends like she's swiping your card and she lets you go in for free. Thank God for those people. But I really think that they should have like a free menu. That menu could consist of literally peanut butter jelly sandwiches, ham and cheese, and apple juice. Like, that's really, really not costly, and it's really simple. Like, you don't even have to make the sandwich, just make it available, because they actually had that in my elementary school for the kids who, could not afford lunches. They had little baggies of sandwiches, and I think that that would be a great way to kind of combat student hunger and show students that are in need that our university is not just funneling your money, but we actually care about you. Because that's something I faced. I was eating noodles. Noodles you can get for 59 cents. So I was eating noodles for a good 3 to 4 months straight. I mean, that's not really healthy. Thank God on those days that I would go to the cafe and be like, "Oh, I forgot my card." I was lying, but they would let me in. But that didn't happen every day. There were many days that I went and they turned me down. So number one, provide a separate opportunity for students in need for a free type of a free lunch or something like that. Number two, allocate funds. Another thing with HBCUs is there's like this whole thing of misallocating of funds, and people steal and all that stuff. But specifically, I'll just talk about Clark because I know the financials of Clark. We just recently received a $2 million endowment. Now, because I'm that student, I asked and asked and asked for a record of how they plan to spend it. Do you think they gave it to me? Of course not. But I think that they should allocate funds, set those funds aside so that students could, if they don't want to do the sandwich thing, they could literally have a fund account to where if you are proven that you're homeless or that you're hungry, you can literally get 500 free swipes. And it's on the university, because a lot of times this is actually things that I've actually dealt with. Clark has been an amazing school. It has an amazing history, such rich history, great stories, but sometimes I feel like I'm not the priority, and I'm the student. I'm paying tuition, paying almost $40,000 a year, but a lot of times our students, especially at Black universities, were not made the priority because just a various of things. And I'm not saying that's all HBCUs, but my HBCU specifically. So allocate funds. If you get a $2 million endowment, let's allocate $200,000 for that fiscal year toward students who are in need. Very simple. We can miss a couple grass cuts and miss a couple bookshelves and a couple new wall paints for students in need. Number three, partnerships. Living in the Metro Atlanta area, there's literally like, I don't know, around Clark, there's probably about 10 to 15 restaurants. And I go into probably three of those restaurants, and three of them only, out of the 15 to 20, they only have a student menu or a student discount. That's really disheartening because I also, like I said, I live in Atlanta. I go to the area that's down by Georgia Tech, Georgia State. Even if I go a little bit further to Kennesaw State, I've also lived in Tennessee, University of Tennessee. They have a whole strip of student discounted eateries for students. We don't have that at Clark. And I really think that it would be very beneficial if they sent a representative from Clark. It could be me, it could be anyone, but send a representative, get these companies, these companies who are basically we're paying them. There's this one place, it's called BTJ's on the corner right down the promenade by Clark. They get most of our money. They don't have a student discount. They don't have a student menu. But it could easily be a partnership where at the end of the fiscal year, however it works with the restaurant, we give them a stipend for having that discount. But it's really, really simple. And I just think due to the fact that things are antiquated, not only antiquated, but things are done the same way. Like we've had the same president for a while. And as far as our business manager, I'm not even sure who that is. You know what I'm saying? So I really think if we implemented those things, we could combat student hunger. And prime example, a student, her name's Mary Pat Hector at Spelman, right across the way. She implemented a thing to give out free vouchers for students for food who were facing hunger. That cost the university maybe 50,000. That's nothing compared to the money that they get. So that's my opinion, and I hope you like it, and thanks for listening.